Hi guys, today I'll be reviewing a documentary that shows the bloody and horrific reality of war on the European continent. 2000 Meters to Andriivka is a journalistic documentary that depicts the bravery of Ukrainian soldiers as they try to advance and retake a destroyed and occupied village from the Russians. It is a follow-up to the Academy Award-winning Best Documentary 20 Days in Mariupol by the journalist Mstyslav Chernov, and it has also been selected as Ukraine's official submission for the 98th Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. In this video, I'm going to give you a little overview of the documentary, as well as point out 5 things, both good and bad, that I thought was interesting about the documentary. I will then, of course, look at how well it will do in the Oscar race. So let's roll and review that film. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Paul, and I review the best of world cinema, and I followed the race for Best International Feature Film, from countries selecting their submission to the final winner. 2000 Meters to Andriivka is a documentary that follows the experience of a Ukrainian platoon as they push forward as part of the 2023 Ukrainian counteroffensive through the strip of forestry, where they aim to reclaim a destroyed village that is currently occupied by the Russians. We experience the hellish and extremely slow pace of this push. We hear the varying opinions and thoughts and fears of the soldiers involved. And we see the destructed and obliterated village as they finally achieve their target. So here are 5 things I found interesting about the film. Number 1 is the way they incorporate camera work and technology. They use these head cameras to record the everyday movements of these soldiers as they hide, as they progress, as they're around the campfire. And it almost gives this video game-like appearance to it. You can see them shooting. You can also hear their breathing and their memory and their general conversations. You feel this naturalistic element to it, and you really get immersed to it. At times, it does feel a bit OTT, and you need a little bit of that contrast. But if you want to experience what it's like to be a soldier in such a situation, then this film does it extremely well. My second favourite bit is the way they incorporate conversations. They are the most interesting bit of the film. They have conversations about the need to protect their nation, but also the skepticism of protecting land they perhaps never been to before that is technically part of their country. It feels like almost a day-to-day political discussions between your average person. But in fact, the most interesting bits of the conversations is first the small bits, the discussion of whether to have rollies or proper cigarettes, or a guy who is going to university one day. However, I think the really impactful thing that really hits home is the way they highlight the date of the death of each individual soldier who has since died in the war. The third point is once they've achieved their target in getting to this village, we see it completely annihilated. It is heartbreaking. However, there are such great human moments. They drape the Ukrainian flag. They find a cat that is the only living thing that has survived in this village, and they look after it in the attempt to take it to freedom. It is really beautifully done. That doesn't feel artificially created, but feels like something that has genuinely come out of this horrific situation. Now, my point number 4 might be a little bit controversial, but there is something about the ethics of certain aspects of this documentary. Overall, it's a fantastic documentary. There are moments when we're seeing people being killed and people being taken hostage and people being captured. And to me, I feel that should be a little bit off camera. While yes, Russia is definitely an aggressor, but I think there's codes of ethics around how you display individuals during a war, regardless of the reason for the war. And number 5 is the obvious comparison with 20 Days in Mariupol. If you've seen that film, you know it's a remarkable documentary that really makes you feel like you are inside this occupied war zone. And it's horrific, but so well done. And while this documentary is very good, I don't think it quite hits those marks as well. I think there's something a bit too over the top sometimes with the usage of camera work, feeling like a video game, and some of the ethical stuff I said before as well. However, it's a gripping watch, and it really is effective in showing what it's like to be a Ukrainian soldier. So overall, I think 2000 Meters to Andriivka is a fascinating watch. It's brutal, it's horrible at times, but it really gives you a great immersive sense of what is happening in Ukraine at the moment. And it acts as that continual reminder for a call to arms to help Ukraine as much as we can to defend their own land and stop Russia as an aggressor. I would therefore give 2,000 meters to Andriivka 4 stars.
Просуваемся, пацаны, просуваемся!
2,000 meters to Andriivka is Ukraine's official submission for the 98th Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. Ukraine is not a country that has huge successes at the Oscars. They are the 71st most successful country of all time, and in the last decade they are ranked 36th, with having one shortlisted film, which in fact is 20 Days to Mariupol. And from a strategic perspective, choosing 2,000 meters to Andriivka is perhaps a wise choice because it's likely to have a similar result if it manages to get that political momentum that 20 Days to Mariupol, as well as if it organises a really successful documentary campaign and maybe gets an Oscar nomination in that category. It could well find itself on the final 15 shortlist. In this Oscar season, I have seen 4 films so far, and I would rank 2,000 meters to Andriivka second. But I've been really impressed with the quality of the 4 films I've seen so far. So I think it's a film that could easily make that top 15 shortlist. Have you seen the documentary 2,000 meters to Andriivka? If so, put in the comments what your thoughts are. Did you find it harrowing? What did you think of the ethics of the film? And if you've enjoyed this video, please do like it and do subscribe to Global Film Pool for more reviews and news for the Best International Feature Film Academy Award race. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon.